Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another Cantrell Country Travelway traveling adventures. Tonight we are going to continue our traveling adventures to the Bahamas. Hopefully we'll have some other people joining us. There's one of our guests now. Speaking of which, hello, Richard.
Hello, everyone.
If we get lucky, our good friend Debbie will be joining us here in a little bit. So there'll still be three of us tonight.
Okay.
What's up?
I am starting up trying to do some of the newses on my channel. That way, like I believe you asked me to at one time.
I did.
Yeah, and I'm starting to finally do those. I made whole new intros and everything else. So we got the whole new kit and caboodle.
No, and that's fine because there's a lot. From what I'm reading on the travel site, on my port, on my agent,
Okay.
a lot of news today.
We could just go off the main topics. So I somehow tried to figure out how to organize it, right?
Right. I mean,
all of the new news.
I'm just going to drop
news one. For the treasure. I'll be talking about tomorrow.
And they dropped the news on. Did you see that they dropped the news on the new details for the Disney Adventure?
Yes, I did see that.
So you actually could have a lot of good topics for tomorrow.
And then we're going to talk about Disney World, which recently released a bunch of their Christmas offerings.
Yep, that'll be
merry time.
All that.
Then there was a bunch of new food that I was going to talk about. Of course, I'm going to have a food segment in it.
And of course, I do know I do got some special news tonight.
So I made segments. I even made little tiny promo videos for each segment. So I'm hoping it goes well tomorrow. So It's going to be a long stream.
Guess what? I'm on a week's vacation, so
okay.
we could go 24 hours straight, and
oh boy,
I have no problem.
I haven't done that yet.
I thought about doing that one year.
Yeah,
but I just don't know how I do it with sleeping, and I still have to sleep. And
I just got this little doohickey. It's pretty nifty.
What is that?
So this goes onto your belt or pants.
Yeah, I see that.
This is faced the opposite way. You put your shirt into this, and it goes underneath your shirt and blows air into your shirt underside.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Welcome in, Mary Carroll. Welcome all those coming in. Hello, Mary Carroll. Good to see you. Say hello to Adam, Reba, and Blake for me. Meow, meow, meow. I'm doing really good, in case you ask.
Yeah.
And it's good to see you. Well, I don't know if I want to start with the good news or save it till later.
Go for it.
Well, let's go back to, everybody knows how much I've been talking about the website. Well, I can officially tell you today, I just got a testing link for it. So we are officially in the process of the designing. It is now officially under the designing process. I haven't checked it out myself yet. I have to go in there and look at it.
Yeah.
And of course, now I have to behave because now I do got somebody on. I have to behave now, Richard, because somebody's on.
Oh boy!
Hello, our good friend Mama D.
Hello, Mama D.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Hello, Debbie.
Hello.
It's always good to have her on. Yeah, so that's bright. So I can actually officially say it's under testing because now I get to actually review something and then start working on going from there on what changes we'll need to do and testing it and all that. So
finally got your website going though, at least. It's a good step.
Yes. Well, in the end, it's going to totally run me about $2,500, but because I'm getting a domain name, I'm paying so much where they're going to keep it upgraded. All I have to do is get all the deals from my suppliers
Okay.
and send it to them, and they will put it in. Now, I will have a backdoor access to it to change things as I want it a little bit. So I'll also have a backdoor access to it. So a lot of good things are coming out of it. So
good.
That's where we are. So that's where we are standing, but it is officially as soon. In fact, I probably have to look. I'll look at it probably once we're done with the stream. But so that's where we are with that good news. So that is pretty good news for me. That I feel more in here because like right now it's dead nil in the water.
Yeah. Tell me how it is once you get the look into the link,
Well, and here's the thing. Once they got it, I've already got a domain. So once it's finished, it'll be posted out to the public.
Yep.
I will be out there.
Yes, you will be.
And somehow I'll put all my channels in there so I can get, I have to reel in my.
I know of one way. A lot of people use what is that called? Linktree, if I remember correctly. It's a website.
Yes, Linktree is usually for jobs and certain other things. Yeah.
That might be interesting to consider doing that, and it's put in your Instagram, your YouTube, your website.
And I might do that down the road. Right now, my focus is getting this website up and running.
Right.
Yeah. But, at least those are easy to make. I have one myself, so it's like create themselves.
That's why I'm having someone professionally designed it because I wanted to be able to stand out. And I know I've seen examples of what they've done, and I've liked the examples. Now officially, I have to look at the link and start going in there. Okay, let's put this. I like this. Let's keep this. Change this. Move this over. Let me send you these pictures so that you can use. Particularly now that I've got everything trademarked.
Yep. Hopefully that was the good news. So.
Yep, that is all the good news. Now the good news is we get to finish our trip to the Bahamas.
Yes.
Yay.
And we actually had a friend. I don't know if you've been to the Bahimi. You've done Carnival, right, Richard?
Once, West Coast.
Okay, so you haven't done Carnival so you haven't been to their private island, which is Bahimi. Nope. Bahimi is Carnival's private island.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that. Bahimi was
when I went on Carnival, that island was not even made yet.
No, but it is their private island now that Carnival goes to. They actually loved it.
1995 is when I went.
Wow.
Yeah, and they didn't get that, and they didn't get the island until sometime in the 2000s.
That's a while ago.
Yeah. That was my first cruise.
If this guy can find a cruise, he's going to find a cruise somewhere.
That was my first cruise. 20-something odd years ago.
I've never been on a cruise, so I've never been on a cruise.
I can tell you that good reports of it. She said that it's actually amazing. The island's very small. In fact, she said if you were on the top decks, you could actually see over the island to the other side of the other side.
Oh.
That's how small the island is.
Okay.
So
I know Castaway Cay is longer than that. Castaway Cay has walking paths.
No, this is just a short island for people to do certain things. And if I remember, I'm not even sure. I think there's only if there's a population on there, I know it's very small, but I know it's.
I'm sorry, but what Mary Carroll just said makes me feel old. I'm sorry.
I know you feel old. What should I say?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad somebody's getting older, just not me.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
You keep telling us yourself, Dave.
Oh gosh.
Go for it.
I'm still young.
Maybe we should just create this group of all three of us and have it the gray hair community. It would be perfect. I have a lot of it right here.
You have a lot of it. Look at me.
I know. I was born with it.
I got that small.
I had a streak of white for my whole life.
That wisdom gray.
I was graying since I was like 18, and then I started coloring it. But then after I had cancer and I lost all my hair, this way it came back, and I never decided to go back to coloring it because of I don't want to deal with the chemicals after that.
Yeah,
well, now they have ones that don't have the bad chemicals in it, which is kind of strange.
I know, but I still
they're so expensive right now. I know a lot of people that use them.
When I was doing it, it was like and I didn't do it very often. I did it like on really special occasions.
Yeah,
but it was like $100 a clip.
Yeah, my sister and my mom recently did one for a wedding that they were invited to. That's a special occasion.
Right.
So they did it with the organic stuff that does not have chemicals that are bad for your hair. It costed them $8,000 for both of them. So about
$8,000.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that.
$4,000 each, about roughly. Yeah.
Well, that counts me out.
Like I said, that's the stuff that they made sure that there's no chemicals that hurt your hair. That's how expensive it is.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Give it about 10 years, it'll drop in price.
Okay, good. We're promoting.
And then in 10 years, who the hell cares? Who cares if I have my hair colored?
I wouldn't either. I don't dye my hair. I still got color.
No, I was graying since I was 18, and my brothers, at least two of my brothers, were balding since they were like 15. I mean, 18, 16, 17, 18.
Dang.
So very young.
It is genes. Yeah.
Hey, nobody. Hey, Debbie. It was. I think they did it last Sunday. Were you in on Sunday night on the Insomniacs? Last Sunday?
Yeah. I think I was.
You know who they did, right?
I don't remember who they did, but I didn't
remember actually.
Yeah.
I was one of them. I was actually.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Okay.
I was the first one, and nobody could get me because if you looked at my hair now, you would never know that I was a total blonde bleach.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it like
hair when I was a kid.
In the
I'm the only one in my family that had straight hair, and it was all blonde when I was. It was all brown.
Oh boy.
It started turning brown when in my late teenage, young adult. But
my sister loved to bleach her hair when she was younger.
That was like my mom. My mom was born with blonde hair.
Well,
and then eventually
we're talking about us, Mary. We know you won't because you're too young.
Well, you can't really say that.
You can't say that because I was graying since I was 18. So
yeah, I've had this mark right here. I've had this mark right here.
Actually,
my whole life.
I did have
since I was born.
I did have one friend that graduated a year behind me that he actually did have gray hair at the time, and he was only 17, 18. But it's a rare.
I was born with gray hair. I had no pigment in some of my hair when I was born.
After they have kids and the kids run them
my whole
into
life.
the
Yeah, unfortunately.
And now it's just that white hair that used to only be in that one spot kind of grew out, and now it's taking over my rest of my hair. So,
yeah. Well, wait. Listen, wait till you get over 50 there, Richard. You still got another few years before that happens. That I do know.
Few years, yeah. I got 10 years before that happens, but still.
You still got a few years.
I still got 10 years. I'm 40.
And I am way.
I'm a young whippersnapper. What can I say?
Half of that way beyond it.
I am 17 years way after that.
Yeah. We can act young. We're Disney people.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's why we go to Disney, so we can stay young.
Yep.
Exactly.
We've got to relive the magic.
Well, I booked my flight for I booked my flight for El Paso, Texas the other day.
Okay.
For my great nephew's bar mitzvah.
Okay.
So
that'll be fun.
Nice.
And I'm not going to tell you how much it's costing me to get there, but
yeah.
Yes, let's just do Bahamas. Let's talk about something nice.
Bahamas. I love Bahamas.
Bahamas. Well, and anyway, get back to what I was telling you guys. She got home. She got her home on her cruise on Monday. She said it was an absolutely beautiful island. They actually had to take a small boat to go to a smaller island where they actually swam with stingrays.
Okay.
We actually did a sting. They did a stingray adventure and said it was absolutely gorgeous. And of course, you know as well as I did because you've been to the Bahamas on cruises. Yeah. I know I've been to the Bahamas on a cruise. You know how some of that water can be turquoise and really beautiful.
Yep, it's one of the more beautiful places in the world. There's a few.
Yes. Yeah, let's take a look at some postcards. Oh, never mind. Wrong postcards.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Bahamas one of these days.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But I have other places I want to be first before I go to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Bahamas does have the Castaway Cay. That is.
And you need to have a passport, right, for that for Bahamas?
Yeah.
So I have to. My passport expired a while ago.
Yeah.
So I need to renew my passport.
I think you are recommended to have a passport, and I know very soon you will be required to have a passport.
Well, I'm kind of figuring on that.
Yeah.
To where? To where?
Bahamas. Anywhere in the Bahamas, you're required to have a passport.
Yeah. The only time you don't need a passport is when you're going to any U.S. territory, U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico,
Hawaii,
Alaska.
Yep.
That's all part of the U.S. territory. So, yeah, those. Oh man, I didn't realize. Ooh, I have to still got some more Bahama training to do.
Uh-oh.
Didn't know that one. I had to go back
and see what I'm missing here.
Hey, Dave.
Listen, I'm trying to finish up the cruise lines. I haven't finished up.
Yeah, me and my sister. Me and my sister just got done with the training for Disneyland. So we got free tickets to Disneyland.
Training for Disneyland. That should all have been under the
Disneyland. What kind of training do you?
I do the same thing as he does. I just don't do it as vocal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do it for close friends, and that's it.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Family. But I do it mostly to get the free tickets. Don't get me wrong. And you're allowed to do that too, so.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to do it for the perks and the money.
Yeah. I only do it for a lot of the perks, and then maybe helping some people out in my family.
And the good thing is, I don't charge booking fees like like a lot of travel agents do.
Maybe I need to do something.
Yeah.
Huh?
I need to do something.
Yep.
Here you go. See, I don't know why everybody's so afraid to swim with sharks and diving in the oceans.
Huh?
Well, Dave, they do have sharp teeth.
So?
And they can be mean.
Look, if they get to do that, then you just pull a tackleberry and go, leave the swimming area now. Cease and desist. Move it. You pull out the big magnum and stick it in his nose. It'll work every time.
Oh, boy. Okay, so at least I know what kind of story I'm going to start to hear of Dave doing.
All right.
Do I know him?
Beautiful place.
Oh, wow.
Junkanoo has been documented in the Bahamas for over 200 years. A joyous Bahamian celebration that is replicated nowhere in the world. In the early days, the Africans used whatever was available here. Sponge, straw, flowers, leaves, feathers, anything that is indigenous. In the Bahamas today, our base material is cardboard.
That is so true.
Yep.
Wow.
So the first time I saw it, it's around about 3-4 years old. Like as a kid in the candy shop, you see all these different colors. You see your uncles and cousins and everybody working on this great art piece, and all you want to do is be involved in it. Getting to produce the cost, it's like getting a puzzle and putting it all together, starting from scratch, and you also want to see the beauty come together.
That is the magic. The cardboard comes in as raw cardboard that somebody discarded, and when it leaves, it is a world-class work of art that we get to dance in.
Amazing.
Yep.
You know, it is amazing, and it is true.
That's amazing, and that's
I
really cool
that
they do that.
Cardboard they actually used to. They do.
They use the cardboard, and it is amazing the transformation you will be able to get to see, or see for yourself whenever you get to see
How
that.
people become so creative and so talented.
The cool thing is
like something from something that's nothing to something that's beautiful and unique, and oh my God.
Something that people don't want anymore, that they're discarding and they don't care about anymore.
Right.
Cardboard.
Well,
and they're just basically make it into an art piece.
Garbage are people's treasures.
Yep. And here's the cool thing. The one of the islands that Disney now has, which is Lighthouse Point, is going to have Imagineers that will be able to teach you how to make some of those headpieces or some of those clothing pieces out of cardboard, which is going to be really cool.
And
it's one of the islands that's it's going to be Lighthouse Point. Yeah.
And here's the thing, and just to remind people that who might watch this video later or catch the replay or who might come in late, what you got to understand is the Bahamas, it's just not, it's over 100 and some odd number of islands. It's not just one, it's a ton. I mean, some of the islands they don't use, some of the islands you cannot touch because they're government protected.
Yes.
Not by us, but by the Bahama
by
government.
Bahamian government, yes.
But then you still have, I think there's like, if I remember the correct number, I think it's like 120 islands that are used, that are inhabitable, and they use, I think it's like around 120, give or take.
Yep, and you have to also remember they have been there longer than the U.S. has been here, so way longer. It's indigenous, so indigenous people. So
yes, and in some of the islands, you got to think about this too. That people go visit.
Yep,
there's one that only has like 400 inhabitants on it.
Yep,
and it's mainly used for biking, beaches.
Okay.
And maybe trail walking.
Yeah.
But there's no cars. It's no roads.
I would love to go to whatever island you're talking about for that one too, though. I love myself some trails.
I'll go back and see if I can find it.
Yeah,
let you know. It really is, but there's no roads. They're just they're used to biking and trailing and some beautiful beaches, and the population again is no more than 400.
Yep.
So, but from what I understand and reading, they're very nice. You know, they're
everyone in the Bahamas is very nice.
Like a lot of people, extremely nice.
You won't find anyone in the Bahamas that isn't nice.
No, you won't.
You won't.
But you know, and this is for people that want to be romantic. I'll do and those who might again, guys. For anybody that might watch the replays or anybody that might be ninja watching, welcome aboard. For you guys that might be ninja watching, again, my name is David Cantrell. I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway. I am a travel agent. The links are in the description. I do a lot of things, including booking wedding groups and tours and things like that. So, you know, and here's the thing. There's a lot of beautiful islands, and not that I'm ever getting married, but, you know, for young people that are deciding to marry, there's a lot of areas down there for people to get married at. Would you agree, Richard?
Oh, yeah. Almost every island has more than one place.
Yep. So we're gonna kind of play this here real quick. Just to put them upwards. Okay. Well, anyway, so I mean, even then, you look at it, it's an attractive. You know, here's the thing: whether it's a family going, or you're looking to vacation, or you're looking to honeymoon, or looking to get married, whatever it is, maybe you're just going on a business trip. Maybe it's a bunch of you guys doing you know, there's a lot of beautiful places to go down there. There's a lot of beautiful things to do. And hello, John. Welcome in.
Hi, John.
Welcome in. I mean, I know for me, one of the biggest things was just looking at some of the beaches.
Yeah.
Hey, Samuel. Welcome in. For me, I mean, I don't know. Some of the highlights for me was just looking at the beaches and the beautiful water. What you've been down there probably a lot more than I have, Richard. What are some of the things that would stand out to you on some of the islands that you have been there? I mean, besides the biggest arcade, because those are
biggest thing for me. Biggest thing for me for most of the islands over there would have to be the clear blue water. You can see almost thousands of feet underneath of you, even though they're not that close. They're really far down there. So for me, it is one of two things, which I have not got to do one of them, which is scuba diving. I want to scuba dive in NASA or Bahamas somewhere, but I have snorkeled.
Back to Florida.
Now what?
Get your tail to Florida. Yeah, I want to learn to scuba dive too. Then I'd have a scuba diving partner.
Yep.
Because one thing I do know is that when you
I just got to retrain.
You never scuba dive by yourself. You always go with a
I don't know how to
do it with a partner.
I don't know how to swim, so that's out for me.
Oh, but this what I have done is snorkel. I have snorkeled in the Bahamas before, and it is so beautiful. You can see everything underneath of you, all the way down to the ground, wherever it is underneath of you. Pretty far, I would say. You can see about 1,000, little over 1,000 feet, probably in front of underneath of you, and then you're looking at whatever's underneath of you. May it be a shark, or may it be a nice tame tuna that is like 5 times the size of you. So
I go with the shark.
Yeah, I've seen a tuna that close before.
A tuna that? Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't try to make a sandwich out of it, did you?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, tuna.
But yeah, I mean, and the thing about it is there is so much to do down there. People don't understand. Yeah. I mean, you can take boat excursions, you can take plane excursions, fishing excursions.
Yep.
You can simply go to some of the other islands that, depending on what your itinerary is, and every cruise line the itinerary is different. But if you go to some of these islands, I mean, there's some beautiful national parks that you can walk and discover. I mean, there are some unique ones too that you can actually walk and discover that you would see old. It's just unique. It's based like on the dinosaur thing. Type on one of the islands. To me, again, the Bahamas is another one of those things that it's unique. It would be like swimming off the Key West. Along the reefs down along Key West. Absolutely boring.
Before Disney bought Castaway Cay, it was still beautiful. It was just used for a different purpose for the longest time, and there was kind of had a bad name because of that. So
see, Debbie needs to learn to swim so we can get her to scuba dive.
Okay. Well,
and you can't fight it, Debbie, because my dad was over 60 when he learned to swim.
Well.
Okay. I think.
Well, I don't know. Should you trust Dave or not?
I'm not too sure if
Listen, I was a lifeguard for 25 years, and I taught swimming lessons for 15 to 20.
Yeah.
On top of that, so you can trust me. I would let nothing happen to Debbie.
Yeah.
See, I had to be nice to her so I can hide it.
Mama G found a new swimming instructor, so we're good and dandy now.
I'm just kidding. Some people do. Some people are not. Some people just does not like being in the water, and that's
I would rather go underneath the water than try to skydive. So you're not getting me in the air.
For once, Richard, I completely agree with you. There ain't no way in the friggin' world I am skydiving.
No, I don't need to jump out of a plane. Sorry.
No.
No.
I'm daring, but I'm not that daring.
I say this. If you're on a plane, why in the friggin' world are you going to step off of something that is solid made? Okay? If I'm going flying, I'm staying on the good solid plane because I'm more likely. I'm more likely to have my parachute not open than crash. So I'm staying on the plane.
Yeah.
Simple to it.
You can act like Rocket Man, Dave.
Now, if I had a jetpack, I'd
jetpack and the whole works. Yeah. Man, that's another movie I have to see. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
You've never seen Rocket Man?
I have, but it's been like over 10 years.
I don't remember that. I don't think I ever seen that movie.
Oh, classic Disney movie. Most people don't know that's Disney. That's a classic Disney movie.
Maybe you did, I don't remember it.
Talks about a guy that flies around on a jetpack all over.
Well, have you seen the Rocket Man 2? And I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it has. Oh, I know I can't. I see the actor's face. I can't think of the actor's name, but he's been around in a few movies. I think he's actually been on a TV. He actually played Sonar on Down Periscope, and I can't think of the actor's name, but nice, Samuel. Be careful, alligators. I would rather trust sharks than alligators.
It wasn't Rocket Man. What was that called?
Because I know
Rocket Man is Elton John movie. Rocket Man.
Right, that was saying no, but there was a movie.
It was called something different. It wasn't Rocket.
It wasn't Rocket Man, but I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. But it had the song Rocket Man in there.
Yeah, 1997. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it was
because that's the Elton John documentary called Rocket Man.
Oh, okay.
No, the movie because it shows
if you look in the cast, it says Elton John as played as.
And see, the one I'm thinking of is it actually is a movie where this character he designed the landing rover to go to Mars. They were actually flying to Mars and they were having issues, so they had to go get this nutty, crazy, whacked out, weird character. And I mean, he just off the wall, but really highly intelligent. And he had to fix the problem. And he proved the guy wrong. And the guy he replaced, the guy was trying to prove himself right and hit himself with in the head with a rocket model.
Howard Williams.
Huh?
That's who played in that one. It's called the Rocket Man, I believe.
I can't think of it, but I just know it was the guy that plays goofy characters, and I can't think of the name.
The Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Now here's the funny thing.
It's a 1951 drama movie.
No, this one came out in 1990s, I believe.
1997. It's the same year that they made Rocket Man, the Elton John movie. This was one of the years. This was one of the years it was really confusing because they had the Rocket Man and Rocket Man as a movie in the theaters at the same time.
Right, that's what I was talking about in 1997.
Now, is it the one with Howard Williams?
It's an accident-prone and obnoxious geek joins
that would be it.
To Mars. During the flight, an entire crew. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
What did I tell you about Debbie, Mama D, being a good moderator and having all? She just finds it all quick. Her and Jill, and that would have taken me forever to track down. But you know. And here we go. I mean, here's the thing, because I don't know about you. Have you ever scuba dived yet, Richard? Or are you want? Or
I have before, but I have to retrain to get back into it. It's been over 10 years.
Oh, okay. So you need to.
I let it go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not exactly a cheap hobby to do either, because you about the amount that you pay for all your equipment and the oxygen tanks.
I already sold all that too. I have to get more. if I'm going to get back into that.
Yeah, I'll have to, but I'm actually, see, you'll have to come over and I'm trying to get my niece to come down because she wants to scuba dive like me.
Okay.
Speaking of diving, let's take a dive into the ocean. Let's take a dive into the Bahamas.
Yeah.
It's like Key West, guys. There's my start.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but and you, Richard, you heard Richard talking about how clear the water is. What you saw in that video is about how clear that water is. That I mean, there's only a few places in the United States that you would see that. Key West being one of them, where there's certain spots that the water is that type of turquoise blue, and it's usually
somewhat
down
true,
around
Dave. You can't forget about U.S. Virgin Islands, also.
Yep.
That's U.S. officially.
Oh yeah, well, and
Hawaii.
Puerto Rico is a territory of the U.S.
Hawaii is not as clear, but it is pretty clear. I would say you could probably still see about 1,000 from
it's not even
Hawaii.
As clear as
not
so you're
quite,
saying
but it's still beautiful.
Bahamas is more clearer?
Yeah, Bahamas are more clear.
That's what I was going to say. The waters, which is absolutely amazing.
It's a different ocean. Is why I think it's darker in the other ocean. Is all.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Pacific and Atlantic. Yep. Dave, I figured out the movie I was thinking about, by the way, and it was called The Rocketeer, 1991.
Yes, that was the one you're thinking of, The Rocketeer, but I knew it was that
The
was
Rocketeer.
Really good movie.
And he flew around with a jetpack on the back of his back and you know the whole
he had that helmet that had that on the back on the top of it.
Yep. And he was basically a superhero.
Because that
was a good movie. I have to watch that again.
Yeah. But see, that took place during World War II. That was the time.
Yes, it did.
That movie was supposed to gear up around the time we were fighting the Germans.
Yes, it was.
Because they tried to take over the Washington Monument or something.
I remember that a little bit. Yeah, they had some kind of scenario where he had to save the Earth. Yeah, the usual.
But yeah, I mean, so you guys getting the picture that Bahamas. It really is. The Bahamas is a very, especially if you're looking for a short trip, and you're looking to get away for 5-6 days, I'm going to tell you, to me, going to the Bahamas is one of the best trips you could take. What opinion, Richard? Right or wrong? That would,
probably.
If you really want a really good trip,
matters on what you like. Obviously, if you like to be seen around beaches, very, very, very beautiful places, of course the Bahamas are the way to go.
I still got to get me a Disney ship that moves behind us. Doot, doot.
Oh boy, goes across the screen. We just watch it. Watch it for the whole stream, going back and forth.
Exactly. I got to look for that over this next week.
Oh boy.
But I am gonna. Before we continue, we're gonna let you guys get, because we gotta let Mama D talk a little more. She's been too quiet.
Let her talk. Okay.
I'm talking about what?
You got the open form.
See, I'm really not a beach person. That's the point. I love it's pretty to look at and all that, but I'm just not really me personally. I'm not really a beach person. Getting into a bathing suit and I'm just
It's the views a lot of times. The beaches would have the best views.
It is right. It's just pretty. It's nice to be sitting, when you're having dinner or in the evening. It's really pretty to do that. I don't mind. Or walking the boardwalk. That is nice. I would love to do that. But just to go on the beach.
And I agree with you because the older you get, you don't want to hang out. It's the beaches are more for young couples, young people,
right?
Unless you're talking about the Grand Cayman,
if you were married, it'd be a little bit different.
Right.
But really, weirdly,
even older couples, you're more like the evening type, sit on the beaches, and you might go in the water, but you're more for the evening beaches or sitting on the beaches at night where you can look over the water or look at the stars.
Right, and watch the sunset. That I would love. That I would love to do that. But just to go on and sit on the beach and be with all the sand, no, that's not for me. But I was never really that much of the beach, even when I was younger.
Personally, I do not know if I would try to spend a whole day at the Bahamas. I do not know, but whenever I've been there, it's been because my cruise dropped us off as a stop, and that's usually only at the most 5 hours, 6 hours if you're lucky.
I do got a question for you later after we get through with this stream.
Yeah.
Speak of dealing with the cruises.
Yeah.
If you're reading my notes, did you see the latest news that came out on one of the cruise ships on an incident?
No, I didn't see that.
We'll talk after we get off stream.
Yeah, cruises will always have some kind of incident. Hopefully, it's not Disney.
Well, this one, and
yeah.
We'll talk after stream because I don't want to.
Disney will always have my heart. I'm sorry.
I do know that this company is a good company.
Well, yeah.
It is a good cruise line. It is a good cruise line.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Yeah.
The thing about it is their second newest ship is due to come out sometime this summer. That's all I'm going to say. And if Richard is catching on, he may know what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
Might not know about the situation, but you may know the company I'm talking about.
Well, maybe.
As much as I would like to go on a cruise, there's so many other things that I would love to go on a cruise, but there are other things that I really rather do than more than go on a cruise. I like the vacations there where you go down to antique shops and just walk around, and just
I hear you.
The biggest see the beauty of the buildings.
For a lot of the cruises,
the culture of the buildings and the way the buildings are designed, like in St. Augustine, where you go see where the unique buildings that are not like the way they are here. They're not just plain buildings. They have the old.
Well, there's plenty design. Of
NASA is very vibrant for the buildings, so you might like it there.
Their buildings, half of them, I don't know what it is with the color yellow, but they love to paint half their buildings.
They love their yellow, but there's also pink, blues, greens, reds.
But it just seems to me that they're vibrant. One of the most vibrant ones that stands out is yellow.
Yeah.
For some reason, at least to me.
I got to see a neat experience when I was at NASA, which was two eagles fighting for territory right above the ship.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting.
All right. Well, we're going to chit chat here in a couple of minutes, but I'm going to do my one thing that I have to do. We'll be back 2 and 2, as they say on the Wheel of Fortune. Or wait, maybe that was Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, I think.
Yeah, I think that was
used to be Jeopardy.
It was that one guy that did. I can't. Oh well, we'll be back 2-2.
Whatever it is, we'll be back.
This is the Cantrell Country Travelway. I'm the agent and owner, David Cantrell. If you're looking to travel through the U.S. national parks or maybe to the waterways from beaches to ocean cruises, let the Cantrell Country Travelway help you find your magical vacation. If you are new or you're watching and you're ninja watching or you watch the replay, and if you are looking to travel, you'll find the links in the description of this video. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and share out. And if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe if you like what you see, because it's what we do every week.
Yeah.
Oh, and see, Debbie's already put the links in there.
Yep.
That's why I like Mama D. She's always she is so good. Oh, but then I do want to remind everybody, and this has to do with Space Mountain Dave now. This is the other one. And I'm not even sure if you were aware of this. He might have been. I don't know if I can get it up there now. It's trying to freeze on me. Come on, you stupid thing. Oh, it'll work that way. Don't forget, a week from tomorrow, I will be live at Disney Springs for a while. Then we will be going over to Port Orleans to watch Yeehaw Bob on July 5th.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that's for the July 4th weekend, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Lucky for you.
Yeah.
Just going down for the day. It'll be a long drive back at night, but
at least you're not trying to get into the parks. That's like one of the busiest days of the year. So
I met Yeehaw Bob, and I actually have a picture with him.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Well, I'm hoping I can get a good picture with him before I leave on the 5th, and hope,
Took my mom and dad to their anniversary to Yeehaw Bob. That was a fun one.
How did they enjoy the show? How did they enjoy the show?
Yeah, we loved it.
I mean,
I never went to his show, but he was at the oh God, the thing that the gift gives to the world in December, where he does a performance. Yeah, Night of Hope. Yeah, Night of Hope. That's where I met him, and that's where I took my picture with him.
Because he actually is good friends with Josh and Corey and
most of the big streamers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe I'll become a big streamer after this one. I'll go down there and maybe I'll become a big streamer. Hi.
Oh, that's what I'll do too. Hey, can I join you, Dave? We're just gonna be the streamer duo.
One of these days, I'll have my own YouTube channel.
We'll get you going on a channel, Debbie.
Yep.
Well, we'll have to give her some ideas for. She would do good.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, but getting back to the cruises and going to the Bahamas. I mean, to me, I will say this: even if you don't want to step onto the islands, I mean, because my next cruise, I don't know if I'll actually step off the ship. I probably want to. All the streams next week are the same time, Samuel. I'll still be doing my all my normal streams at the same time next week, 6 o'clock. And because the good thing is I'm off on vacation next week, so I get the thing. But to me, sometimes staying on the ship is more relaxing than going on the islands. To me,
right? Because they have things on the ship, right? They have shopping, they have meal, food, and they have playing cards and things like that. Yeah. Don't they have shows also as well?
Yeah.
They
shows.
do. No, they did tell me. They did. My coworker did tell me. Here's something weird. What do you think of this, Richard? Did tell me they didn't do as many of the shows this time around, and they were on the Carnival Glory.
Ooh.
Which is Carnival, one of Carnival's bigger ships.
It is.
I think that ship just came out in 2018, 2019.
Yep. Maybe they're having problem with staffing issues. I don't know.
And I wanted to know what your opinion on with that, because I was kind of shocked when she told me that they didn't do as many. I mean, they still did the comedy shows, and they still had the casino and they still had the dance clubs, but they said they really didn't do any of the regular dance show type things.
It also matters for a lot of that, like you've already experienced, Dave. It wasn't because they were in choppy waters and the people could
weather
not.
was clear for them all.
Oh man,
it was clear weather for them all weekend.
That sucks.
They did say they got rain one day when they were in port, but other than that, weather was clear.
That's staffing issues, or that's something bad on their part,
Yeah. That's what I told her. I said I couldn't explain. I wouldn't be able to explain that one because.
Well, a lot of people go on to cruises because of the entertainment that a lot of them supply. Now, some supply better entertainment than others.
Well, I don't know,
Disney's pretty good. It has Disney Broadway on most of all the ships, and they have at least one show a night. They sometimes do 2 shows. Yeah, they usually do 2 shows a night, sometimes 3, and that is the main Broadway show for that night. They always have one, so it's kind of nice.
And I will, because I'm going to tell you, and I don't know if I should share this story because, well, what the heck? It was just the fun. It was on the cruise. I did one of the adult shows that, you had to be 18 or older.
Yep. Disney still does them. You just have to know what times.
It was 10 o'clock, so
it had to be 10 o'clock or later. Yeah.
And it was definitely an extreme thing because it was like a quiz type. Oh, they put us all in a bunch of group of 3 and 4. So, like, if you were sitting at a single table, they would put you with other groups because it was like a match type game, or they would have people do something or guess numbers, and you'd have to bring someone from that group would have to bring the numbers up and do something. Because one of the things that they did, let's just say, they actually dared women to see if they would remove their upper underclothing at that time.
Oh my!
I will actually tell you, I actually had to bark like a dog, taking the answers up there. It was really interesting. It was crazy, but it wasn't that it was just fun. It was that fun. But I can understand what some of the things that they did. I understand why it was.
Some of the adult things on Disney cruise ship would be a little bit different. don't.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't get like that.
I don't think they would ask you to take off your top.
Exactly. I'd be like,
to that point.
Wait,
yeah,
hold up.
I'd be like, excuse me, I'm out of here. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think a lot of women did it though. I don't think a lot of women did that. There might have been one or two, but if they did, I wouldn't have known about it because I know half of the side that I was on. Because like the stage, like if the stage was here, and we were sitting out here, I was on this half. You know, you couldn't tell really what the other half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know
what's really neat.
Not a lot of them did it.
What's really neat about the one at Disney, they usually have some kind of professional, either violinist, pianist, or some other celloist, something like that. And at late nights, they play like Beethoven. They play Beethoven for the older people to listen to, and you know,
that'll be awesome.
Remember the golden days, you know.
I will tell you that I actually did the comedy club on Carnival.
I did the comedy club one night, and it was fun.
Loved, even the adult one was.
Yeah, I like the adult one from my ours too.
Raunchy, but it wasn't bad. It was still funny.
But he was making fun of like Disney inside jokes for ours, but it's like a whole different because he was a Disney ship, obviously. So, yeah.
So
he was good.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, and the thing of it is, just know what your shows are doing. That's the one thing I do like about these cruise lines coming, and they pretty much all got them now, which is the apps. And,
yes.
And if anybody that's been to Disney, what's the one thing that we pay attention to? My Disney experience.
Disney experience app.
When you go on these cruise lines, pay attention to the itinerary.
Yes, please do.
The times of the shows, or your meal times, or
character meet greets.
They will because they will tell you, they will give you like when special events are going on, or because sometimes they'll play bingo, or sometimes they'll do like different type of game shows.
They do those too.
Shows that are on TV. Have a good day, Samuel. Have a good evening, buddy.
Disco it was Disco what was that called? No, Disco Karaoke. They did it one time.
Oh, on Disney?
Yeah, they did that a few times, really.
Nice.
It's fun.
Because I would tell you, the show that I got to saw on Carnival, I was on Carnival Elation.
Yeah.
It's the one that Elation sometimes goes out of Port Canaveral.
Yep.
But most of the time it goes out of its port, out of Mayport, Jacksonville.
Yep.
And Elation is actually one of the earlier ships. It's one of their smallest cruise ships.
Yep.
But they actually were supposed to have people that would do aerobatic stuff and all that.
Acrobatic. Yeah.
This is how you have to be flexible about it because the weather got rough on Sunday, so they had to cancel that show that night.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the show. They just didn't do any of the aerobatic. They did everything. Yeah. Anything that was on the ground stage port, they did along with the music. But
yeah.
But I will tell you this: it don't matter whether it's Royal Caribbean, Disney, Carnival, MSC, all of them, most of them.
Norwegian.
I will tell you their shows. Yeah, I will tell you most of their shows, and you can agree with me or disagree with me, are top notch, and most of the shows that they do are well professionally done, and you would probably see them either like at Cirque du Soleil or on Broadway. Would you agree, Richard?
I would probably agree with you to the most part, yeah. I know Carnival is really the one that really has been known to kind of not concentrate on that as much, but they still do halfway decent.
Well, and I think they're coming up on that though, because if
they're trying,
some of their ship designs are coming, they're starting to kind of taking they're kind of looking at, and I think they're trying to take a little bit of what Disney's doing and a little bit of what Royal Caribbean's doing and mash it together a little bit. Because if you look at the last couple of Carnival cruise ships, they're offering more dining places besides the main menu, besides like Guy Ferraris and Jack's Big Chicken. You know, they'll always be on they'll always be on those ships until they change them out after a while. Long as they don't get rid of my 24/7 pizza. They get rid of that, somebody's Carnival's going to hear from me. That's all I'm going to.
You're going to send a strong worded letter.
I can guarantee you, Cherie's husband James and me, we'll picket them.
Oh boy!
Don't ever get rid of our 24/7 pizza. But no, and I understand why people are scared of going on to, especially after this last incident. I understand why people are getting, and I'll talk to you guys after we're off stream, because it was one of the big cruise lines, and but it's still a good
bad
company.
publicity for them, but they'll all survive, which one it is.
But I will say that obviously it didn't get plastered, and the crew took care of it real quick.
Okay.
Most reports. So the crew, that goes to show you how well trained that crew is.
Yeah.
The company's training is, because apparently they were able to put it out. And here's the thing. I will tell you that they had power issues, but they got it right back on. It didn't really, and I have heard that most of the people, it didn't interfere with whatever was going on in the ships, really.
Yeah.
At that point. So now, when the people get back to port, now then we'll start hearing more about what went on and how bad it was. Are you looking it up?
No.
But you'll
tell me about it.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you, because you'll hear more about it when it gets back into port. I can guarantee you'll hear more about people once they get off the ship and they can do more of their texting and you'll see it more on YouTube before it's through.
Yeah,
but to me, it's still a good. Cruising is still one of the safer things to do. And I know I actually have one person tell me they're more worried about it being the pirating. I'm saying, okay, I understand that they have attacked. I know, and it has happened where pirates attack cruise ships.
Yeah.
But you got to look at the area. That has not happened into the Bahamas. That's been more off of going to places like going towards Africa.
And Taiwan, it looked like. Yeah. Africa and Taiwan.
Yeah. That's where you see most of that. It's not in the Bahamas.
No. Really, Bahamas won't ever have it. They have their own Coast Guard.
Well, not only the Coast Guard, but look how close the Navy is too.
Yeah.
You don't think
the Navy is close enough. They have their own private island that's over there that they go out of.
Well, they shut that. Well, the Navy did have a base over in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
but that got shut down in 2000.
Okay.
Because they shut down Puerto Rico. It was called Rosie Roads, Puerto Rico, and they shut that down shortly after I got into the Navy.
Okay.
But you got to think about we got Key West, which has a naval base.
Yes,
so
that's what I'm thinking.
You got the ships right Key there, West. And they can respond real quick.
If you know how to swim it, Key West and the Bahamas really are not that far. Really, they're pretty close together.
60, if you can swim 65 miles to Cuba, you can go right to Cuba.
Yep.
but you better be one heck of a hellacious swimmer. I'll tell you that now.
Either that or find a floaty.
Oh, Jason Thibodeau, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you.
That's going to be a lot of floating, if not.
Yes, you'll be doing a lot of floating. Our good friend
and
Jason
people have done
Thibodeau.
that before too. So
yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Yes, they have done that. And it's fun. It's amazing how you go down to Key West and you see that big barrel, red, black, and white, and it paints. You're 65 miles from Cuba.
Yep.
Now they still do have the Marine base on the other end because we actually have a small part of Cuba Island down there that we own.
Yep.
And I don't know if that is where part of Puerto Rico was, but
yeah,
I'd have to look. I'm not quite sure of those islands there, but we had the Guantanamo, unless they gave it up, we had the Guantanamo base.
Yeah.
On Cuba. And I think we still have that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
I'm almost done. I'm almost at my lunch hour.
Lunch hour? Are you on lunch hour now?
No, dinner hour. Sorry, that's what I meant. Dinner.
Yeah, you got dinner. That's what I was going to ask you. So, what you got going on stream wise on your channels, Richard?
So tomorrow is going to be a pretty big stream on Bloomin' Cheesa channel. It's going to be a bunch of the Disney news. Hopefully I'm going to get some Dave on there. I know hopefully I'll get Mikey on there. I have a lot of news to talk about. So everything underneath the sun is open the table. So
yeah,
I'm going to try to do Disney news. So I can't wait till that happens. Yes. And then
Disney Cruise Line, I know, dropped a bunch of
yeah. They dropped a bunch of Disney new stuff. So very, very we'll talk about that tomorrow. So that'll be exciting.
Yes. So I'll be over on Richard's channel. Make sure you guys go check out my partner channel, Richard Bloom.
Yep. It's going to be at 5:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what else? Anything else going on here? I mean,
yeah.
And
I have a few other things, but
and I am going to drop this a week from Sunday. Make sure you want to see something funny. Make sure a week from Sunday you catch Mike and Richard on unless something goes on, they should be on the Triple C show on July 7th. So make sure you go catch them. I know I'll be there to heckle the heck out of them. And then
I think I'll be
I'll have Debbie behind me going, knock it off.
Oh boy. You know what? You won't need Debbie because you already have the Triple C's there. So
I ain't worried about them. Go on, nice ladies. Now Molly, I might have to worry.
Molly, yeah, Molly.
We love Jen, and I do know she's going through. I'm going to say, do me a favor, guys. Please pray for Jen. I do know she's got some issues going on, again, health-wise a little bit. So please pray for her as well. Please, again, also pray. There's a few people in the community. I know Kay Wilby was going through.
Kay Wilby, Dean.
Mark Landenkamp was going through some issues.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. There's Mark. There's Jeff Condon, who lost his father.
Yeah.
There's quite a few.
Right. And definitely keep. If they go through. I don't know if they canceled it. I haven't heard anything, but.
Dean.
Keep Dean in prayer. He's supposed to go through his thyroid surgery tomorrow, so definitely keep him in prayer. I believe, I think two of them were going through surgery tomorrow. I think Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
Mark and Dean.
Mark
was having surgery. Yeah.
Yeah.
So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and send well wishes to them, guys. So, again, next week.
Yeah.
my 3 days on the normal channel. Friday, I will be at Disney Springs, and I will be streaming from there and then Port Orleans.
Okay.
You might go on a ride with me in my car. I don't know. Haven't decided that part yet.
Okay.
That way I can do about 60 miles an hour and see if we get anybody's attention.
Oh boy.
But no. So that's what I got going next week for me.
Okay.
And I don't know. Don't be surprised if I don't slip a few Space Mountain streams in there throughout the days next week, one day or two, because I'm off the day. So I mean, I don't know what your schedule looks like, Richard, but Debbie, you're more than welcome to join us if you want.
Okay.
And hang out and chat. I mean, they'll just be mainly chat and anything. And then, in case we come up with some interesting news that's popped up during the week.
Yeah.
And, Richard, you're more than welcome to join.
Yeah.
For sure. Because if I do it, it'll be more like about 2:00 in the afternoons.
Yeah.
So. What?
That might be a little early for me. I'm still on the West Coast.
Yeah, well, 2:00 for Eastern. It'd be
11 o'clock my time.
Well, and if you can't make it, if you have to wait till 2:30, then we'll check out.
Yep.
We can move it to 2:30 or maybe 3:00.
Yeah, we'll see.
As long as you don't have nothing going on. Other than that,
wait, what day is that, Dave?
What?
What was it? What date was that?
Which one are you got? What do you got up there? Because I haven't set the link for next Friday yet.
No, I'm just putting just your basic channel.
Okay.
That's fine. Just put it in. We're talking about surprise streams. So surprise streams, I won't have a specific day or time.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But now do remember that I do have my travel shows at my regular time at 6:00, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday on here. And again,
I just put the basic channel.
You guys are more than welcome to join me on any of those shows. So I know Richard had to go, so dinner time for him. Yeah, because it is getting close. Well, it's actually dinner time for us.
Yeah. Well, actually, I already had my dinner. I ate it like a late lunch, so.
Yeah, I'll go make something slight for dinner. But then I'm going to catch up on some training and some other crap.
Yeah, I'm waiting to.
I got to go see who's going on streaming. I don't know.
Well, Disney is on right now.
Yeah, he's doing it.
He's on now.
Yeah, they're probably done now because they were on for a couple hours already.
No, but Disney stays on for quite a while. Pete's doing the game, so they're both going to be on for a while.
Oh, yeah. Pete, what time does Pete's stream go on?
He just started like an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Well, then make sure, if you're watching and you're over here, go raid Pete's and tell them the Travelway people are invading this sports stream. Courtesy of David Cantrell. Anyways, guys, so we'll see you guys. Like I said, just keep an eye out. I may do a stream over the weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know, because it makes a big difference when you're off for the week.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys. I'm going to say what I always say. Let the Cantrell Country Travelway help you find that magical vacation. Have a great night, guys. Bye.